Good evening and welcome to Tuesday night yoga. So we're just going to start and just bring ourselves to our mat. So we bring our feet in line with our hips, turn our shoulders round. Now you can bring your hands here or you can bring them into back prayer or holding them back here. And that'll keep the shoulders pulling back. So it's up to you. It doesn't have to be in back prayer. It can be wherever you want it to be. But we're going to hold, if you can, hold it round there. So we're closing our eyes. We're going to imagine that our lungs are like a big jug and we're going to pour a little bit of air in. So as we breathe out to start off, we breathe in and then we breathe into the lowest part of the stomach. Then we breathe in, hold it for a second, breathe into the middle. Hold it for a second, then breathe in just to the top. And then pour everything back out. And this is filling the jug. And that's all we're going to do, is just focus on trying to fill the lungs right to the bottom. Hold it for a second. As we're holding it, should feel as if the air is going all the way around the back, filling all them areas that we've missed. You may even feel, if you've got your hand in prayer, as it feels the push into your hands without you even breathing in. It's just the air going around. And then just emptying it all out. Now if you can do this in through the nose, out through the nose, brilliant. Otherwise, in through the nose and out through the mouth. So we're staying nice and relaxed. We're going to drop our chin down towards our chest and hold it here. Then we're bringing it back up. And we're bringing our head back. How does changing our head change our breathing? Bring the chin back down. Bring it over towards the side. Back to centre and take it over the other side. And bring it back to centre and turn and look over the shoulder. bring it back to centre and take it over the other side. And bring it back to centre. So we're going to keep our hands here for a minute because we're going to go forwards. So from here, you can bend the knees if you need to. You're tucking your chin in, you're pulling your arms back, you're bending forward. Try to lift the elbows up. If you can straighten the legs, but don't worry about that. And then we're lifting the head up, we're breathing in, lifting ourselves back up. We're going to take it into a back bend. Breathing in. And bringing it back up, breathing out. We're going to go forward one more time. Breathing out. And breathing in, coming back up, breathe out here. Breathe in, let's take it backwards. And breathe out, bring it back up. So let's take our hands out. Give them a little shake. We're going to take it over to the side. So, bringing our thumbs up in line, our hands up in line with our shoulders, thumbs up. We're breathing out, reaching over. Breathing in to come back up. Breathing out, reaching over. Breathing in, come back up. Let's do one more on each side. Breathe out, reach over. Breathe in, bring it back. Last one. And bringing it back. Now, if you've got space, you're just going to turn with the arms lifting up. If you haven't, you can take the arms down. Bringing it back, taking the arms down. So we're going to bring the arms round in a circle. Breathing in as we bring the arms up, breathing out as we bring them down. Try to make sure that it's not pushing back through the back, that you're keeping your back nice and straight. It's just the arms that move. And then we're going to take it in the other direction. Now the thumbs turn and they go backwards. They lift up and come forward. They roll backwards. So the shoulder blades are coming back. We're lifting up. We're bringing it forward. The shoulder blades pull back. We lift. We go forward. All through the shoulders. And let's do two more. There should be no pain in the neck because we're not lifting with the neck muscles. So bring it down, give your arms a shake. So there shouldn't have been any pain that you're pulling up because you shouldn't be lifting. There should be no tension It's just through the shoulder blades. They're just rotating. We're going to do the same. We're going to work on our legs. So I'm going to bring it down so you can see my feet. Now, if you need to, you can always hold on to something, a chair or the wall, so you don't fall over. And again, just make sure that you're not going to kick anything over. So bringing your weight onto one foot, you're taking the foot forwards and backwards. You want to make sure that it doesn't go out to the side, it stays forward. And then we're going to bring it down, move ourselves over, flex our foot, take it forwards and backwards. And bring it down. So let's take it across the body and out to the side. Now you wouldn't go across the body if you had a hip replacement. You only ever bring it to here. You can still do that, but you wouldn't go across. As long as you haven't got a hip replacement, you can go across and it'll work the inner thigh. Again, you want the foot to stay forward, not turn up. And then bring it down, change sides, flex the foot, across and out. And bring it down. So we're going to take it into a seated chair with our leg on. So we're going to bring our thigh. So we're flexing our leg, bending our knees, sorry, flexing our foot, bringing it into a figure of four. From here, sit down into an imaginary chair. And if you can, you're going to lift your arms up in line with your head and sit down. I'll do this from the side on the second one. And then bringing it back up, bring the foot down. So I'm going to do it sideways. So the same thing, we're lifting the foot up, we're placing it on the knee, flexing the foot, coming down, lifting the arms up by the head, sitting the bum down. And then bringing it back up. Let's change sides one more time. I'll do this way. Sit down, bring the foot up, sit back, let the head come between the arms. And lifting, bringing it down. Let's try the other side. And lift. Bring it back down. So from here we're going to bring our toes up and we're just going to walk our feet. We're giving a bit of a mime strut to stretch them calves, stretch the lower leg. And then we're bringing ourselves back down. Give yourself a little shake. We're going to take ourselves into sun salutation. So you bring yourself into mountain pose, lifting up the thighs. You can bring your hands into front prayer, or if you want to work them shoulders again, you can always bring it into back prayer again. Close the eyes if you can. Pull all the muscles in, stand nice and straight, feel strong. Think about what you want. So we're going to bring our hands again into back prayer. You're going to bring them down and then raise them above your head. Breathe in. Stretch back a little bit. As you breathe out, go into a forward bend. Again, if you need to, you can bend them knees. If you want, just let one knee go and one knee bend. Just let the body hang down. Enjoy this forward bend. Wiggle the body, give yourself a little dance, a little move to help just release the back, the muscles around the knees and the hips. And then we're going to look forward to a half bend. So we can straighten them legs, pull the shoulders back, pull the chin in, pull the stomach back. Try and get a nice straight back, a nice thing. It doesn't matter if your hands don't touch the floor, they can stay on your legs. We're going to step back with our left foot. So if you need to bend the knees, step back. You can drop the hip, you can lift up, you can lift the arms into a warrior lunge. It's up to you. Don't feel pressurized to do anything more than you feel you can. Bring the hands down. Step back to down dog. Push the heels to the floor. Even if you're working one leg at a time, one heel down at a time, bending one knee. Let the body just enjoy this position. It's a nice restful position. When we're ready, we're going to come up onto our tiptoes and breathe out, still pushing back. Then we're going to roll forward as we breathe out, bringing ourselves into plank. Pushing them heels away, pushing from the arms. Bend the elbows back, bring the body down. Lift, shoulders rolling back into cobra. Or lift them knees off the floor if you want to go to up dog. Push back to down dog. Again, it's up to you, enjoy it. You can lift the left foot off the floor. You could always swing the hip round in a circle if you wanted to work that hip. You could reach it back and then swing it through your hands. Again, dropping them hips, drop that knee if you want to, come up if you want to, lift the arms if you want to, don't if you don't want to. Bring the hands down, step in. Let the head drop down. Bend the knees, stretch the arms, breathe in, lift up. Let's do it one more time. Breathing out. If you want, you can take a couple of breaths here. Forward bend is beautiful. It stretches all the bums, stretches right from the ankles all the way up, right the way down, through the shoulders, through the neck. So it's a lovely stretch all through the back of the body. We're now going to come up into that half bend. Shoulders come back. Stomach pulls in. Chin pulls in. Nice straight neck. Take the hands down. Step back with that left foot. Drop the hips. Lift up. Take the hands down, step back to down dog. Enjoy it here. Come up onto the tiptoes, roll forward into plank. Bend the elbows, lift into cobra. Come back to down dog. Lift that right leg up in the air, play with it if you want. Roll it back. Swing it through your legs. Drop the hips, lift into a warrior lunge. Bring the hands down and step in. Bend the knees, stretch the arms, lift up. Reach back. Bring the hands together in prayer. And bring it back down. Lovely. So I'm going to keep it down here so that you can see my legs. And if you want, you may want to block for this, and you may want your band closed when we do this twist on the next one. So with this, we're going into straight leg triangle. You're trying to keep your knees straight but not locked. So you don't want to hyperextend them, you don't want to lock them out, but you don't want them bent. So you want them just in between locked and bent. So somewhere just there where they can still move. You're not putting any weight on it, but you're going to use the muscles in the leg. So if you've lifted your leg straight up, you'll feel that you start to lift and work that front muscle. Squeeze the legs together. Imagine squeezing them, then you'll start to feel the inside muscles. Then you'll be able to see if you can squeeze the bum and the back and then the side. Now when you turn your foot out, all of them muscles move, but they're still the same. So even though now the front muscle is now pointing out to the side and the inside muscle is now facing the front, they're still the same muscle. Okay, so when you think about moving the two muscles, them same muscles will move. So, now, some people like a wide stance. I like a wide stance. Some people like a narrow stance. It feels better on this area of your hip here. If you go too wide, sometimes that really hurts when we do the twist. So if you find that it hurts in that joint, when we're doing, like I said, I like a wide one, and you feel it more in the wide, then shorten the stance, so bring it back in again. The same thing if from here, when you're turning, if you feel it too much in your knees, then take it wider. So it all depends on how the knees and the hips feel to where your foot needs to be and what you prefer. Now, like I said, I prefer, and my body prefers, a wide stance. You've got to choose your stance, not mine, okay? So, we'll start off with our own stance and our feet facing forward. You'll have a block and you're going to turn the one foot out, but you don't want that hip to go. You want to imagine that somebody's pulling that hip back, but you're going to place the block down by your foot. Now your thumbs can be facing up, and you can have them in line with your shoulders. You're going to reach over as if there's just something just over here out of line with your arm. And then you're going to bring the hand down and place it on the floor. If you can, this hand, you turn it and bring it up towards the sky. So it's reaching up towards the shoulder, and you've got a straight line running from your middle finger all the way up through and to the middle finger pointing right up towards the ceiling. Now people want to roll forward in this position, but you're trying to roll back, you're trying to be straight. You're trying to imagine again someone's grabbed your back hip and is pulling that leg back. This leg here, again, it should have a slight bend in it. It shouldn't be locked, but you want to tighten up all the muscles in the legs. Now we're going to imagine that there's somebody in the ceiling and they've grabbed your hand and they're going to lift you up and lift you out. Then you can lift your toe and pull it back in again. So, oh, we've got more visitors. So let's turn the other foot out. We'll turn our foot out, bring our padding, our box down if we need to. Make sure that everything is facing forward, even though it wants to turn. We want to keep pushing, tighten up all the thighs here. Again, make sure them knees are not locked, they're just back. Thumbs up, come up in line with your shoulders. Reach over as if there's something just out of your grasp, so you haven't gone down. And then on the next breath, take your hand down, place it down on the block, lift the arm up towards the ceiling. Stretch up, have a nice stretch right through one, through the other. Try not to roll forward, try to make sure that you're pushing back as if you're between two pieces of glass. That someone's pulling your hip backwards. And you're breathing into that top lung. It's easier to breathe into there than it is to the bottom lung. Make sure the knees feel okay. And then we're going to lift up and lift out. Bring the hands down, turn the foot in. Lovely. So let's try again. Now you may find that that was okay. You might want to take it down a little bit. You may want to take it right down completely or take it away. Completely up to you. This time we're going to bring the arm, instead of up, we're going to try and bring it right over our ear. Okay? You won't see me because obviously the ring finger. So hand goes up. We're setting our legs first, getting everything right in our legs. Reaching over and then taking the hand down, placing it anywhere it wants to go. Now from here, you're going to see if you can bring the arm right the way over so it's right by your ear. Stretching the hand out. Again, try not to roll forward, to keep kind of rolling backwards, pulling the hip back. So we're going to bring the hand back up towards the ceiling and we're going to lift up and lift out. Bring that foot back in. Bring the hands down. Let's try the other side. So turning the foot out, pulling the hips back, reach the arms up, reach over. Take the hands down, take the arm over the head, right by the ear. Keep pulling backwards. Where's it nice to breathe into? Lift the arm up. Lift up, bring the foot in, bring the hands down. Bring your legs in, give your legs a little shake. So we're going to do a twist. I'm going to bring it back up. Now the legs stay exactly the same that we were just doing. The legs don't move at all. It's the arms that will do a bit of moving and the waist that will do a bit of moving. And again, it depends on whether you prefer the wide stance or the narrow stance. You have to choose that one for yourself. I do the wide one. So with this, when we turn, we're going to bring the hand, the toes out, we're going to take that hand behind our back. This one's going to come to our front. We're going to lean forward. And again, we can place our hand on the block. So it's the opposite hand to the opposite leg. We're using the hand and the arm, you're lifting and trying to twist back and look over the back shoulder. Okay? So I'm going to go into it with you. I'll show you it first and then I'll get you to go. Otherwise you're looking in the opposite direction, and if I'm talking, you're trying to twist this way but look this way and the body doesn't go. You have to be twisting with it. So watch first, and then I won't do it while you do it. So I'm going to drop it down. So we've got in our block. We're placing it back by our foot. We're turning ourselves round, bringing ourselves down, placing our hand on the block, lifting the arm up, looking behind. But the feet stay where they are. When we come out, we come back to this position, we lift out of this position, we lift up. So we're moving in and out the same way. Okay? So I'm not going to do it so that I can watch you. So from here, take the arms out. Twist the body. Bring one hand to your back, and then one hand goes down onto the block. Now look behind, lift that back arm up and twist looking behind you. Lovely. We're going to rotate back down, bring our hand back to the block, slide the hand up, back into triangle pose, lift ourselves out of triangle pose. So make sure you rotate back out. Turn the foot in. Let's try the other side. Move over this way. Turn the foot, place that block down. So engage all the legs pushing down. Twist the body. Bring the hand to the back. Bring the other hand down onto the block. Lift the elbow, look behind you. Lovely. And then let's drop down. Bring that hand up that's on your back onto the block. Open at the front of the body. Lift back into triangle. Bring the foot in. So, if you want, I've seen a few people lifting their arms and that's fine. When you're lifting your arm off, make sure that your little finger starts off from the shoulder, you roll back and then lift the arm up. And the same, come down, open, open. Okay? If it feels too much or it's pushing, as you see me, I bent my knee when I was doing that so that I could get myself twisted into it. If it's too much, then don't go. Keep the hand there. If you feel any pain in your back as well, don't take it down. So, let's do one more. We're twisting. We're bringing our hand down. If we want to, we take the arm out, we lift it up. But we're still between that two panes of glass. We're still pushing down through the outside edge of that back foot. We're bringing the arm down. We're opening at the front. And we're lifting back out. Turn the foot in, bring the arm down. Turn the other side out. Twist the body. Reach, bring the hand down. If we want to, open up, thumb goes up, twist it. Take the hand down, open up at the front and lift back up. Bring the foot in, bring the arms down. Give yourself a little shake. Where am I? Ooh. So we're going to take ourselves into a forward fold. We're bringing our hands into this position. I'll do it the other way, I'll bring you that up a bit. So we're going to try and keep our head in between our arms and pushing away. But we're going into a forward fold, and from there we're going to kind of just wave and let ourselves go. So I'm going to drop it down the other way. So reaching our arms up, breathing out, taking ourselves down. When we're down here, we just let ourselves just gently sway. You can bend one knee at a time if you want. You feel that lovely stretch through your back, through the backs of your legs, through your arms, and just letting the body pull down towards the floor. Letting the head just relax. Let our hands go, let our hands drop to the floor, bend our knees, lift our head, look forward, and then lift up. Let's do one more of those. Lifting the arms up, reaching forward. You can bend the knees, bring the body down, and then sway. And then dropping the hands, bend the knees, lift the head, push up. We're going to take it into half moon, and I'll show you this first. So we're going forward, bringing our hands to the floor. From here, we're bringing one leg up in the air, we're turning if we need to, and then we're seeing if we can lift our other hand off the floor and lift it up in the air, lifting our leg as high as we can. When we're coming out, we bring the hand down, we can turn the foot in, bring ourselves down, look up, and bring ourselves back up. Okay? So, let's try the other side. Bend the knees, take yourself down, place your hand on the floor, or place it on the block. If you feel that you need to, you can't get your hands all the way to the floor, you can always have the block. Take the leg off the floor, lift it up in the air. You may find that you want to turn out your foot, that's okay. Then lifting the arm up towards the ceiling, lift the foot up in the air, stretch the arm up, look up if you can. If you can't, don't worry. And then bring the arm down, turn the foot in, bend the knee, look forward, push up. Let's do one more on each side. So, bending down. The hand comes to the floor. We're lifting one leg off the floor. Doesn't matter if the knee doesn't straighten. We're lifting the arm, same foot off the floor. Trying to twist to look up towards the ceiling. Lifting the leg as high as we can. And then we're bringing the hand down. We're bringing the feet back to the front. We're bending the knees. We're looking forward. We're lifting up. Let's have one more on the other side. Here we go, back down. Reach back and bring the arms back down by your side. Lovely. So we're going to take ourselves down to the floor. So we go down into that forward bend, back, down, and come down. So we're going to bring ourselves into what's possibly a horrible, it's crocodile. Now if you need to, grab some extra padding, a couple of towels or some pillows, and you might want to put those underneath your knees when you're going into this. Now with this, there isn't much that I can tell you to do. The only thing I can say is just relax. Just relax. As much as you can, relax. Okay? So I'm going to do it this way, and then I'll turn directions. Now you're starting off on your hands and knees, and you're taking your toes out, and you're putting your toes flat down so that you're going on the side of your knees. And from here, you're just pushing backwards. I'll do it the other way around as well. Just going to move that down because this is harder than my knees. So your knees are there, and you're just pushing backwards and forwards. If you feel you can, you take your legs a bit further. You see if you can get your elbows down, and you're still kind of pushing. Then we're coming back up onto our hands. We're bringing our toes in, lifting and bringing our knees back in. Push back to child. Let the head relax. Bring yourself back up. And bring yourself onto your bum. We're going into sage pose. Now with this, if you've got your band, you may need that. You're bringing one foot straight out, you're bringing the other foot in. Now you're pushing with this foot as if you're about to push down to stand up. You don't want it going out to the side, you want it up. You're going to bring your hand on the inside and reach down. Bringing your thumb down, you're bringing your hand round your leg. You're then trying to bring the band and catch hold of the band. Pull the shoulder and look behind you. If you can bring the hands together, bring the hands together, but don't worry, try and catch the band. If you can't get the band or you haven't got a band, then just hold your hands in this position. And then bring yourself back out. So we're going to change sides. I'll stay this way this time. So bringing the foot in as close as you can. Reach forward. Turn the thumb down. Bring it behind the body. Thumb goes down on the other side. If you can, grab hold. Throw the band round if you can. Look behind you. Try and sit up as much as you can so that you're stretching back. And bring it back out. So we're going to swap, but we're going to do a bit of a neck stretch with this. So we're bringing the foot in. We're bringing ourselves back into that position. I'm going to turn this way, this way. So we're looking away from the leg. And we're going to bow to someone just over by our shoulder. And then bring the head back to centre. Undo the arms. Let's try the other side. So lifting up, reaching down, bringing the hand round, pulling the shoulder back, looking over the back shoulder, bow into someone. Bring it back to centre, undo the hands. From here, bringing your feet up, bring your bum in towards your toes, heels, towards your toes. Roll yourself down. Now we're going to take it into bridge, but we're going to take it into a dancing bridge. You're bringing your feet in, you're going to turn your palms over, you're going to lift your body up, and then if you want, you can come up onto your tiptoes, and I just want you to move your hips. So you can take them round in a circle, you can move them side to side, you can lift your arms and let your arms move as well. So play with it, mix it up, move them heels up and down, move the hips around. The whole time you're doing this, you're working them stomach muscles, you're working that back. You can walk the feet in a bit more, push the heels up. Just moving them hips any way that you want. And then we're going to bring it back down. So we're going to take that up one more time. So we're rolling the hips up. And we're moving the hips. Move the feet in if you can, pushing the hips and the shoulders up. You don't have to bring the arms up. If you find it's too much on your neck, you can keep the arms down. And just moving the hips anywhere you want. And then bringing it down. Pull your legs in towards your chest. Hands on one knee each and bring the hips round in a circle. This is kind of what we do for babies when we're checking if we've got clicky hips. It's also really good if you've got wind. But it's just getting them hips again, doing a bit of a stretch. And then we're going to take it in the opposite direction. And then bring yourself up onto your bum. We're going to finish off in pigeon pose. Now with pigeon, anytime you want to come out, push back into down dog. And we're going to go into down dog and into it. And it depends on how far you want to go. And if you've got your blocks or any padding, you can always stick that under your bum as well. So, we're coming up into down dog, and this is your resting position. So anytime you want to rest, this is where you come to have a rest. You're going to bring your right leg up in the air. You can bring it in towards your chest or push it out to the side a little. So it can be here and bent up. Sorry if I do it that way. It can be like this or bent underneath you. And you can stay here. If you want, you can take it out a little bit so that it comes down. And if you need to, you can pad under the bum. But you need to make sure that back leg is flat down, so that if you were to lift the knee up, it would come up off the floor. We're not going to do that. All we're going to do is similar to what we've just been doing. We're just going to move. So you're just going to move in this position. You can pull the shoulders up. You can go down. You can lift up. Wiggle your bum. We're just getting all them ligaments through the knees, through the hips, through the back. So really, if you want to move, just move as much as you want. And then we're going to tuck the toe and we'll lift it back up to down dog. So we're going to take the other leg up. Pull it in, bring it in anywhere that we want. Take that back leg back and just move. You'll feel it into the knees, into the hips. The minute you start to move, and like I said, you can come forward, you can go back up. Anything you want to do, move that bum. Move them hips. Move your shoulders. Now let's change that leg one more time. Pushing back to down dog. So we're going to bring the leg up. Bring it through the arms. Push that back leg back. Lift yourself up. Let yourself drop down. Reach your hands out, or make sure that your head rests on something, even if it's a block. And then take the arms out, stretch them out. Let your breath and your body just drop down onto that leg. Just bring that hand back under the shoulders, tuck the toe, lift and push back. Bring the other leg up in the air, pull it in, let the body come down. If the head can go to the floor, bring it to the floor or onto a block, stretch the arms out. Let the body relax down. Breathe into that hip so that it drops into the leg. Take them hands back underneath, tuck the toes, lift the body, push back to down dog. Stay here, walk them knees if you want, one at a time. Move your bum, move your shoulders, give your head a little stretch. And then bring yourself down. So we're going to bring ourselves into our relaxation. Well, sorry, first we're going to just do our leg stretch. Lie yourself down, take your palms out in line with your shoulders. If you can, bring your feet up off the floor. If you find it's too much, you can always keep the feet down. So if your shoulders come up, then bring them down. So you're just going to let the knees go from side to side. But you're keeping them together. You're not letting the shoulders come off the floor. But you're just letting them go side to side. As well as working them stomach and that lower back, it's also massaging. And then we're going to bring it down. Bring the hands down by your side. Now if you've got a blanket or anything, put that over you. Your temperature will drop really quickly. I'm going to bring it down to the light and I'm going to turn the lights off. Letting the body relax down. Remember, if your knees hurt or your back hurts, remember to bend your knees. You could always as well roll onto your side into a recovery position, or roll yourself right onto your belly and turn your head in 2 different directions every now and then. The choice is yours. You're just going to check through the body, starting at the feet, making sure that there's no tension through the legs. There's no tension in the belly, you're not holding your pelvic floor, you're not squeezing your bum. There's no tension in the stomach. That you're letting all them muscles of the abdominals just relax. Nobody can see you're upside down, so let it all out. There's no tension in the shoulders. That you're nice and relaxed. And if you're not sure, squeeze. So cause tension and then relax. And that'll tell you whether you are relaxed in that area. Thinking about the arms, the hands, the neck, the jaw, the eyes, that we're not squeezing the eyes too hard together. Just let them close gently. Or even keep them open if you want. It's up to you. And now you're in a different position than you were at the beginning. So now you're lying down. But I still want you to do that breathing and filling the jug. So breathing out first, and then feeling the breath come right into the lower part of the stomach. Hold it for a second or two. Then breathe into the middle section of the lungs. Hold it for a second or two. Then breathe in to the top of the lungs. Hold it for a second or two, and then tip out all the air. I want you to feel as the air circulates around the lungs, the feel of the push into the floor, the push into the sides of your arms as the air starts to fill up. want to, start to feel that movement through the toes and into the heels, working up through the knees and the hips, into the front of the body and the back of the body, the shoulders, the arms, the fingers, into the neck and into the head. Take your arms above your head, and as you breathe in, stretch your fingers in one direction, stretch your toes in the other. And as you breathe out, let the body relax. Take another big breath in, reaching one arm and then the other, stretching the side of the body. And as you breathe out, let the body relax. Pull the knees up towards your chest and take the legs round in a circle. And then take the legs in the opposite direction. Roll yourself over onto your side. Stay there. And when you feel okay, bring yourself up to seated.